So, I'm done getting mocked by pharaonic baddies. This time, I decided to attend Queen Elizabeth's birth instead. If you see this video, either you're the lucky guy who stole my phone in 10,000 BC, or we got bombed out of civilization. Well, in both cases, let me explain to you what it took to go viral back then, when internet, thirst traps and crypto scams weren't a thing yet. Yeah, just me, stones, a bunch of cavemen, and the rusted thing out there that no one decided to get rid of since last Christmas. Let's get into the archive, or what's actually inferred from archaeology sites, because I think back in the day, pencils would rather appeal to a certain stabby community. First of all, cool down buddy, and just accept that the maximum amount of reach you'll achieve is 40 people. Yes, 40. Far lower than your delusional expectations of millions of fans cheering your name, and even that is less than the amount of people who swipe left on you on an hourly basis. So, this is your following now. Bob's asleep, Steve's figuring out gravity millennia before Newton, and this respectable gentleman has been maintaining eye contact with me since I landed. To be fair, checks out for a species that's about to discover personal space shortly. Yo, where's my blaster? But, every so often, multiple bands would link up in one place. Big hunt, good season, gang activities, and the reason is good enough to gather a mini group of hairless stone worshipping primates. This was basically today's version of parking lot meetups, where stones and stabbed fury carcasses replaced koozies and 7-Eleven slushies. And just like that, your reach jumped from 40 people to 120 people who've never seen your face. Well, don't get too excited. They have the entertainment standards of a child exposed to Baby Shark. This is the closest you'll ever get to feeling like a woman in a Discord voice chat filled with League of Legends players. Use the attention wisely. Or don't, I guess. Nobody's going to remember you by next week anyway. Just to remind you, you can't post anything, because posting requires a device. And the most advanced alternative here is a piece of diorite somebody sharpened out of spite. So instead, you paint directly onto a cave wall. You get one shot at it, and whatever you draw will be peer-reviewed by professors in about 2 ice ages and a bunch of ethically questionable civilization lifespans. Oh no, your bison has a weird nose forever now. Well, that's just canon. And some archaeologist is gonna tear his hair apart and spend his whole life spending and defending papers that should explain what the nose symbolizes. Yup, you just wasted that guy's time, marriage, and bond with his children because you couldn't draw a nose. I hope this makes you feel bad for your poor art skills. And here's the best part. In completely different continents and time periods, people who never met and never even knew the others existed somehow all agreed to do the same exact tomfoolery. Slap a wall with a paint-covered hand, blow snorted pigment around it, and probably wake up every prehistoric creature in a 4 miles radius with a cry of pride. And that's the whole post. A mere handprint. Not a single emoji in sight. And somehow, that's more informative than your mysterious bio on Instagram. Yikes. I did not pass the vibe check. My intergalactic translator says one caveman asked his friend, "Where did you find this thing?" Also, and please stay with me on this one. Just picture that some of this art was positioned at a certain spot on purpose, so that firelight moving across it would make the animals look like they were running. Yup, just like that we got prehistoric special effects. Bro invented motion graphics literal dozens of millennia before GTA 6. The random cave-dwelling, bone-smashing, shameless, hairless, and probably maidenless genius invented cartoons using suspiciously colored powder, a bonfire, and his Jurassic confidence. And he did it way before the wheel even existed. And cherry on top, that post lasted. Some of these are still upturning heads right now, 10,000 years later, which is a much better retention rate than literally anything I have ever uploaded, including my very spicy HD videos on the hub. So, what's actually made you famous back then? Well, it all comes down to 2 stats. How good you are at hunting, and how much people enjoy being around you. Duh. Well, you see, nobody had to post 3 times a day to stay relevant. Imagine a world so archaic where you don't see daily stories of matcha cups, LinkedIn rants, posers in sight boxers playing with complex shading settings, trying to flaunt a slightly sore biceps. blondies with that specific accent that all look and sound the same, you know, just like that scene with a bunch of Buzz Lightyears. Honestly, it doesn't sound that bad now, does it? And leadership wasn't permanent, it just moved to whoever was actually good at what's needed right now. The best hunter usually runs the hunt, while the best storyteller runs the fire tonight. And you? Well, let's just hope they don't find out that you'd be good bait for prehistoric fish. And as the sun comes down, the fame resets. You're nobody again the next day. So, I assumed the strategy was, get good at one thing, and then never shut up about it. So I tried that. Ow, so not it. Well, it turns out that this Flintstone society had a built-in system specifically engineered to shut this exact behavior down. Anthropologists call it leveling mechanism, which is just a nerdier version of saying, let's kick the crap out of the spammer. So yeah, sorry to break it to you, but cancel culture existed long before people started feeling a bit too much comfortable to express themselves on Twitter. You know, X for the Xeno babies. Hey yo, have a look at this dude. Bro comes back with a huge kill, acts even slightly proud of it, and his gang's official response was immediately to act nonchalant and mock it outright. This is why I don't feel so sure about my huge size down there anymore. So, bringing home dinner didn't make you likable, just force you to do it again every single time for free. You don't get paid, you're not appreciated, just needed for a duty, and you get your ego slightly bruised in return. Take notes guys, single fathers existed since then. So the actual meta was never Sigma Maxin, it was it gets a little good at something, gets a little bit of glaze for it, and then immediately you're slandered back down to the starting point by literally everyone you know. Just right before you developed a god complex, or became the first ever version of Kanye. To be fair, that actually works better as content moderation than whatever's currently done on the internet. Or, you know, what's left of it, since Sigma Bros, AR Reels, and comments bots went for the finisher. To sum it all up, here's what's going viral in 10,000 BC was like. Your fan base is 40 people. Your content format is a rock slab with a painted pawn. Your algorithm optimizes for subbing anything non-human for food and not being unsufferable. And the second you pride yourself on it, everybody around you hits you with a reality check on the spot. On the bright side, some of these parents still exist. 10,000 years later, you can still be here, standing in a cave, looking at a mark left by someone who just wanted to be seen, for one night by a bunch of people around a fire. And to think about it, this thing outlived wars, entire civilizations, the brain rot memes, and it will remain here to mock all of us until the end of time. Oh. Well, I talked too soon. Case filed. I'll see you on the next one.